สวัสดีค่ะวันนี้ก็จะมาอ่านเรื่องสั้นนะคะที่ถูกรวบรวมไว้ในหนังสือที่ชื่อว่า Chicken Soup for the Woman's Soul นะคะก็ในหนังสือเล่มนี้นะคะก็รวบรวมไว้หลายเรื่องเลยนะคะก็ประมาณ100 กว่าเรื่องนะคะก็สนุกดีค่ะอ่านแล้วก็ให้ความเพลิดเพลินนะคะแล้วก็บางเรื่องก็จะมีคติสอนใจด้วยนะคะค่ะก็ขอเริ่มอ่านเรื่องนี้เลยนะคะเรื่องนี้มีชื่อเรื่องว่า Paris in the Springtime I was in the garden tending my roses one spring day when Dan got down on his knees and asked me to marry him. I told him to ask me again in 3 months. After all, we had had our ups and downs, and I wasn't sure either of us was ready for that type of commitment. 3 months came and went. He didn't ask again, and we cautiously went on as before, practicing with renewed commitment the fine art of relationship. That winter, we began planning a spring trip to Paris. I didn't quite know why, but my heart and soul were crying for Paris, and I'd always had a strong desire to experience the city with Dan. Now that desire was being fulfilled. Paris was incredible. Having been fluent in French 20 years earlier, I quickly became Dan's translator. My French was a disaster, but since Dan hardly spoke a word of it, he thought it was perfect. He never tired of hearing me trying to apologize to waiters of slaughtering their exquisite language, or attempting to order something I'd be able to recognize when it arrived at the table. Romance was in the air everywhere we went, and Dan was constantly asking me how to say things in French, like kiss and give me your hand and I love you. We boated in the Seine, walked along tree-lined boulevards for hours, drank coffee at sidewalk cafes, and fell deeply in love all over again. One evening, after we had just been seated in a small, quaint restaurant, Dan leaned toward me and asked, "How do you say, 'Will you marry me?' in French?" I told him I wasn't sure, but I thought it would be, "Vous tu me marry?" "Vous tu me marry?" he repeated. "Honey, that's great," I said. Your pronunciation was really getting good. "No," he said emphatically. "Vous tu me marry?" And he pushed a small velvet box across the table. I opened the box and saw 2 beautiful rings, an engagement and a wedding ring. And it dawned on me what was happening. As tears rolled down on my face, all the waiters came rushing over to stand round the table, fussing over us and exclaiming how wonderful it was. They were still taking photographs of us when I looked at Dan and finally said, "Oui, chérie." ค่ะก็จบลงแล้วนะคะเรื่องสั้นน่ารักนะคะก็มีภาษาฝรั่งเศสปนอยู่ด้วยนะคะแต่ด้วยความที่ไม่พูดไม่ค่อยเป็นนะคะภาษาฝรั่งเศสก็พยายามออกได้เท่านี้นะคะก็ยังไงถ้าออกผิดพลาดประการใดนะคะก็ขออภัยด้วยนะคะสำหรับคลิปนี้ก็เพียงเท่านี้นะคะแล้วเดี๋ยวเจอกันใหม่ในคลิปหน้าค่ะสวัสดีค่ะ